And we're live, I think. Yes. Let me just test this out. I want to look on YouTube, make sure everything is coming through. Yeah, cool. What's up, Dustin Watten? How are you, buddy? Where are you?
I'm great. I'm in Radom, Poland right now.
Where is Radom, Poland?
In the middle, an hour away from Warsaw.
Oh, okay. And how do you like it so far?
I love it so far. I don't know how to describe it without being too corny, but it's just been great.
Just the city, I mean, though, not the team.
Oh,
We'll
the
get to
city.
that for sure, yeah.
The city I like a lot. A lot of people weren't speaking so highly before I came, but I like it. It's small. The people are great. There's a couple cafes I really love.
Oh, that's so important. Seriously.
Yeah. Our gym is warm, which is nice. No, I really enjoy Radom, and I'm excited because it'll be my home for the next 2 years.
Oh, you signed there for 2 years. That's rad.
Yeah.
Well, you know that I'm in Belgrade here in Serbia, and you know I'm close. I'm gonna have to visit at some point during my downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're wondering why I'm always here. I swear, since you're gonna be there for 2 years, just when you get a weekend or something, if I'm here, you just come visit, and you will have no question in your mind why I keep coming back. Let's just put it that way.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. So anyways, welcome everybody. I see we have some viewers. Make sure that if you have questions or anything during this, that you ask them. If you're on the YouTube page, you can just ask them right there on the right. Like for instance, I see that, let's see, Asia, Anna, both said hello. Somebody said coffee is life there on the YouTube. Darkness and shine, hi. So make sure that if you have questions there, ask them, and then at the end we will jump in and try and answer some of them for the last 5 minutes. But basically what I wanted to do now is Dustin, I want you to introduce yourself, how old you are, where you're from, how you started in volleyball, what's the highest level you played, and just a little bit about your current team so far, and then I'll intro myself and why I'm doing Beyond Athletic.
Cool. Yeah, my name is Dustin Watten. I'm from Long Beach, California, 29 years old. I got started with volleyball. My dad was asked to coach my high school team where he works at, and luckily I had some friends playing, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I was so bad when I first started, but I just had this itch that this was pretty fun. I want to get better, and from there, that summer I just played beach every day, and it turned into a big passion of mine, just not only to love the sport, but to see how I can improve. And luckily that's taken me from Long Beach, California, to Finland, to Orange, France, to Maringa, Brazil, back to France on the island of Corsica. My old team just won the French Super Cup last night, which is pretty cool. And then from there, I went to Nancy in France, and now I'm in Radom, maybe the most exciting place right now to be a volleyball player. So, yeah, I feel very grateful that I've had so many years where I get to do what I love, and then now I get to be in a country where I get to share my passion with so many other people who love volleyball.
Just a quick little couple of things about the team, how old are pretty much the guys? Are they around your age? What's the level like compared to other teams? Just how's the team atmosphere so far? Do you hang out with the guys outside of training, things like that?
Yeah, it's a young team. I don't think project is the correct word, but they wanted to develop a young core. And so a lot of the players are signed for 2 or 3 years. We have 2 middles that are foreign, that are a little older. But besides our captain, Wojtek Zielinski, he's 29, like myself. Everyone else is around 20, 22, 23. So it's a very young team, but I think management did a great job in selecting a lot of young players that have a lot of talent and have a lot of character. And so it's a team that, like I said, I'm here for 2 years, that we're going to grow together, and it's going to be pretty exciting.
Cool. I'm excited about it. All right. Well, and I am Ryan J. Owens. I grew up in Chicago. I lived on the west side of Chicago, where you get to see all those fun pictures of people getting shot and all that when they're in drive-bys and stuff. It was, I can laugh about it now because I'm alive and I'm out, but some of my family isn't, and some of them still live there. We moved to the suburbs. There, I found some new friends. Through skateboarding, I met this guy, Patrick Palma, on the street, and he was like, what's up? Where'd you get that skateboard from? I was like, I had it for my birthday. He's like, oh, so we started hanging out. Fast forward like 8 years, I hadn't seen him. I lost track of him. I don't know where he went. And he was in math class. He was like, you want to play volleyball? I said, yeah. So I played volleyball since I was 17. I played on a national team with Dustin. And I started Beyond Athletic, 2 years ago, because athletes need to be able to tell their stories. And I think, Dustin, you'll agree with this, we learn so much from each other, because when we're talking, what are we doing? We're just sharing our experiences. And so what I wanted to do is create a platform for that. So, and the reason why we're talking today is because you and I recorded a podcast a while back, and now I'm launching about 10 that I've recorded, or 12 actually, over the next 6 weeks. And Dustin's, yours is the first next Sunday, a few days after my birthday. So congratulations. It was just a special,
cool.
especially for you, buddy. But yeah, if anyone ever has questions, if you're ever trying to figure out how to get to the next level in your sport, any sport, it doesn't matter. We all have a lot of lessons that we can learn from each other. So tune in to Beyond Athletic whenever you can. And make sure you ask questions here, because here you get a nice little inside look at Dustin. So right now, what I kind of want to talk about is, let's go into Poland a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So you got there. What was that like when you arrived? Who kind of said hi to you? What were your first experiences with the team, like that first day or two that you were there?
Yeah. Well, it was great because none of my luggage came. So I had to play in runners, but I don't know. I was just so taken back. All the guys were so nice, especially our captain, Wojtek. Was very welcoming. And just right away, we got into it. The level is really high. The work we do with technique, how our coaches run practice, it's nonstop. And then and every day it's 2-3 trainings a day. We don't stop. It's a business here, you know. It's volleyball's at a very high level, and to be successful, to be good, you know, we're training and working a lot. So not a lot of time to rest or do other things, but luckily for me, I love volleyball, and so it's been great. Just a lot of work, and luckily a lot of fun. Like I said, the guys are really young. Everyone works hard, and everyone gets along really well. I don't know if this is typical for Polish teams, but I just feel so lucky to be on a team where we have a great leader. And when it's time to practice, everyone works hard. And then when it's outside of practice, you know, everyone laughs with each other, jokes, and it's just a great atmosphere to not only grow as a player and to work as a team, but just to be a person and to live life and laugh and enjoy each day. So I feel I'm very lucky to be here.
Yeah, awesome, man. And so let's see. Tell us a little bit more about the coffee shop that you found there. What's this coffee shop?
Yeah, so I got a spot, Pushchek, which is Al, if I believe it's correct. And it's a new place. It's kind of odd, but like it has like fake grass on the walls, but it's just a cool place where I've been able to go often, meet the people that work there and talk with them, practice my Polish, and then just take a coffee, read, take a coffee, scout, or just take a coffee and relax. I've learned it can be so easy just to be stuck inside your house once you're overseas. And so I'm really trying to work a little harder this year to be outside, interact a little bit with the community, and just be part of the city. And so it's a great little first baby step for me to come outside and be a little more social.
Yeah, I love that. You know what? Every time we're on the podcast, if you remember, you would talk about something, and then what I would try and do is give like kind of a recap or the thing that I learned from whatever you just told me. And to be perfectly honest with you, if there's young athletes watching this and you are going to a new team, or you've been going to a team for years and you just like feel like, man, you're starting to get a little burned out, it's so easy to just do one little switch, like your environment. You change where you are, your surroundings, all of a sudden you can get something new into your life. And it's nice because, like you said, in Finland last year, I was playing in Finland for Hurricane, Loima, and there was a cafe in my city And I went there almost every day. And it became like the place, the spot for me. The owner was amazing. You know, Erika, her energy was so nice that I always felt good going there, you know. I met cool people there. I had my dog there, Buddy. So everybody became to know us. She would babysit Buddy sometimes during practice so that I could come back after, grab a coffee, or maybe even grab some food there. So it is so important that you have these places. What about the city that have you been able to explore around? Like, what have you seen in the city that's caught your eye? What's the temperature anyways right now, by the way?
It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. I want to say around 3 to 10 degrees lately. When I first got here, it was really beautiful, really sunny. And I go down and hang out at the park by this long street called Zielonskiego, and just chill, take a coffee, be outside, read. A couple of the weekends they had a band playing. So it was just nice to be out in nature, especially because coming from Long Beach, there isn't so much. It's just cement and buildings. But yeah, now a little more inside because it's so cold. And then just in general, we don't have so much time. We're just working all the time. We're working and training. And when I'm not doing that, I'm, shopping for food, preparing, stretching, relaxing, or taking a coffee at my favorite spot at Push Check.
Wow, that's cool. And so if we talk a little bit more, let's get back to the podcast. So I know that in the podcast, we talked about a few different things, and I like to try and give you like the most, let's say, significant moments in an athlete's career, because whenever I listen to podcasts, because that's how I'm getting my education also on the go, because with podcasts, it's so easy to download iTunes or download one of the other apps so that you can listen to podcasts. And then they download automatically. Every time there's a new podcast, you already know about it instantly because it downloads to your phone, and you can listen to it, stop it, start it whenever you want. Show notes or a blog that's associated. And I do that. If you go to beyondathletic.com, you'll be able to see that. Also, if you're watching, just so you know, and you get the notification, either subscribe in iTunes. And if you do, and you hear the episode, make sure you leave a review for Dustin's episode. I would love to read that. We'd love to give you shout outs because I will tweet those back at Dustin so he can say thanks to you all. But also join the newsletter on beyondathletic.com so you get these notifications. And if Dustin and I are doing things in the future, which I love the fact that, Dustin, you grew up with teachers as parents, or your mother especially. Was your father also?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, see, so I didn't get it wrong.
And grandpa and grandma.
It's like family tradition. So you love giving back. And I think your following is such because of that, because you just give. And I think that that's a lesson that I hope that you're going to be able to translate after volleyball, because if you do anything in entrepreneurship, you'll find out that a lot of these entrepreneurs, the most successful ones, the first thing they're good at is giving great content to the people who need their product or service, because we shouldn't just hoard everything for ourselves. And so if you know something, share it. So make sure you get ready for that podcast. But one of the things we talked about in there was one of your biggest failures. And I like to say usually one of the biggest stumbling blocks. And if you were to say his was in that episode when you listen to it, but if we were to say between last season, like ending last season and preparing for this season, what was your stumbling block, if you had any, or things that just kind of like weighed you down, like, wow, I really need to change this or improve this or get rid of this thing because I need to go here and I don't want to stay here? Because I know last season was very trying for you, and now you've moved forward.
Yeah. I mean, in life and in volleyball, there's always stumbling blocks, and I don't know how I got the mindset, but it just came to me where it's like, okay, there's a problem, but what good does it do to focus on that problem? You got to find a solution and move past that and move towards. And I think during the summer, I was really excited for the big Olympic push. At the end of last summer, I was playing pretty well. I know I was able to play in World League and play against Serbia and Poland, and at the end play against Brazil, played pretty well, and a little time in the World Cup, I thought I played well. So I was really excited to continue on that push and see what I can do. I don't know if it was possible to make the Olympics. to go as maybe a defensive libero, maybe to go as the only libero. I knew I had a long shot, but I was just dialed in and I was ready to push and do everything I could. But it was obvious. Our first trip as a team, we went to Cuba. Everyone got to play a little bit, except me. I played maybe the last 5 points of the second match. And it was very clear that Eric was going, which it wasn't the biggest surprise, but yeah, it was kind of a bummer because there was a whole summer left. I was thinking maybe I'd play a little bit in World League. And so it was difficult to, maybe not difficult, but I had to remove my ego, and there was no chance, I'd go to the Olympics, maybe not even play in World League, but just to continue to give everything I had to the training, to weightlifting, to bring that energy to practice, knowing that I was going to go to the Olympics, I'm not going to medal, but at the same time to be there for my teammates and make sure that the training level is at the highest possible. And having this confidence that I can go in, and when the team goes to the Olympics, I knew I was able to help them. Yeah. And so maybe it wasn't the biggest stumbling block, but there was definitely a moment where I was like, oh, bummer.
Yeah.
So
no, I think this is huge, Dustin, because, like we talk about in the podcast episode with you, you put in so much work. Honestly, in my whole career, I can really, on these 5 fingers, I can say how many athletes I think just put in so much work that it was heads above everyone, maybe even waist above everyone. And like, you're one of those players. And I think that you don't do all of that work and get to that point. And then, yeah, of course you're going to be like, dang, I missed it. I was so close, but I missed it. Of course you're appreciative, you're grateful, but it's hard, And I think that all that work before and all of those missed chances before, which were always getting you one step closer to where you are, because think about where you came from and where you are. Yeah. They're huge lessons, right? So it allowed you to say, okay, I'm going to refocus. I give what I can right now because I'm part of a team. And I keep my eyes straight because I know where I want to be in the next 4 years. I know you want to be that libero at the Olympics in the next 4 years. So thank you so much for all the info. I just want to open it up for questions and then we're going to give people ways to get in contact with you, Dustin, or me at Beyond Athletic. So the first question, do you want to read that off and answer it up there? You see it from Darkness and Shine?
Yeah. A little bit. Maybe you should start with a blog. Are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So read that question out and then go ahead and take it.
Okay. Darkness and Shine. I have a question to you. You have a big passion. You love volleyball, love cooking, I guess. Maybe you should start with a blog or vlog. What do you think about that? Yeah, I got to get on this. My second year in Finland, I did a vlog. And I made a lot of videos of the team hanging out outside, volleyball, doing things like Thanksgiving, traveling in the snow. And it was great. Actually, I know there was like a Finnish volleyball forum, and they would share that a lot, and they really enjoyed it. And yeah, it's something I need to get on. In the beginning of the year for Poland, I was a little banged up and a little sick, which is never the case for me. And so I was kind of stuck just trying to get healthy. But yeah, I'm healthy now, and yeah, I think I could do that just because, one, I'm enjoying the experience so much, and two, I know there's a huge audience for it here, not only in Poland but back in America. So
and there's also a great chance for you, Dustin, just to interrupt, sorry, but to just repurpose what you're doing. All of these videos that expire on Instagram and expire on Snapchat, you can be downloading these as full videos and posting them on the blog, so you don't have to make new content. You can just get that content out to more people. Yeah. I think that's a nice step, dude, because I know, and you know, it's hard to balance everything. We don't have time for vlogs and blogs all the time, and I'm running a business and playing. It's so hard. So I know. So I think repurposing sometimes could be a nice start.
I think something I would like to do is after my games, when I have free days, because we don't have free days here, but after our games we have free days, is just do like a Snap story. Like last time I did a Q&A, I think stuff I'll do is like what I do for breakfast, why I do it, what nutrients I focus on, what gives me better energy, stuff like that. Maybe one day I'll talk about sleep, what I'm doing to get better sleep, different little facts, and then make a story throughout the day. And at the end of the day, save that and then upload it. And so just little tips and tricks from my journey that I can share for people maybe my age or a little younger. And hopefully they can, learn from me what's helped me throughout my journey.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I do want to throw that out to people. We gave a challenge in your podcast episode. And if you go to beyondathletic.com/Snapchat, you'll see the challenge. And it's basically, if you're an athlete, you just jump on there and you use Beyond Athletic, or you use Snapchat to show a story of yourself. You put it in horizontal mode, and then you just like pictures, videos, whatever, and you download it at the end of the day. You can do the same thing through Instagram. And then you post it up to YouTube or wherever you want, and then share it with us. You tag Dustin, tag me, Ryan J. Owens on Facebook, Beyond Athletic on Twitter, Beyond Athletic Podcast on Instagram. So let's take a couple more fast questions and then get out of here, because I've got some business, you've got some business. Which ones do you want to take? Let's take one or two more. I think an easy one is, which country would you choose to play in if you were going to choose a new one next?
A new one? Okay, that's tough because I'm pretty smitten with Poland right now. I've already been to Brazil, which is great. I think Italy. One of my best friends on the team, Max Holt, went back to Italy, and he just loves it. I mean, he took less money to go back to Italy. He just loves the culture, loves the people, the language, the vitamin D. So Italy, I think, if it was a new country, because right now I'm loving Poland and I wouldn't want to change, but if it was a new country that I haven't been to, Italy is very intriguing to me. But
Awesome.
Anywhere new is great. I just love learning how people live their lives, new cultures, and new languages.
Cool. And last thing, let's wrap up with just some ways that people can get your handles on social media, and then whatever you would like to say to your Polish fans in Polish, whatever you've learned, just give them a little treat. You can do it before or after, no pressure, but you've got like 5 people asking for something. So either read that or say whatever you want.
Yeah, so my biggest one is excuse me in Polish, and that's been taking me so long, but I think I got it, which is no. Oh no, this is embarrassing. Przepraszam. Yeah, this is so difficult. There's a P before this. So I've been working. Przepraszam.
I like that. That's cool.
How is that? Is that good?
Yeah, fans, let them know how that was in the comments on YouTube.
I think the funniest thing is I always say, like, whatever country I am, like when I meet someone new, I say like hi or how are you, which is here it's dzień dobry. And I always say like how are you, but I guess in Polish culture, if you don't know someone, you don't tell them like how are you. And so I didn't know this, but like for the first month, I kept on saying jak się masz, like, how are you, to people I didn't know, and my teammates would just like die. And I'm like, is my pronunciation that bad? But it was just like, this is like not something you do usually. But I like it because the people I say it to, whether they're in a good mood, bad mood, or busy, they usually always look up and smile. And so I'm going to continue with it, even though I know it's maybe not correct to say it.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much, man, for being on. I appreciate you taking the time out of your super busy schedule. I know things are tough there. If you guys want to hear his episode, it's going to be episode number 45. It's going to be on Beyond Athletic. I just put the link there in the side in our chat. Dustin, anywhere you want them to follow you the most? Where can they get the most content and interact with you?
I mean, my Instagram and Snapchat, I think. Facebook, I don't post so much there, but
what's your handle on Instagram and Snapchat?
Instagram's my name, Dustin Watten, and then Snapchat, it's No Easy Buckets, NO Easy Y Buckets. And then yeah, I'm very, very fortunate. I'm in a place where I have a big audience, and I'm just trying to help people that have a big passion like myself for volleyball, and sharing what I've learned and what's helped me through my journey, and hoping that it can help other people with a big passion and maybe not so much a path right now or a direction to go. So I'm always there to help. I usually answer all my DMs, as long as it's not just, hi, Dustin. If you have a question, I'm happy to be there and help, and hopefully put you on a better path to being your best self.
I appreciate that, man. You truly are beyond athletic, and that's why I wanted you on the show. Listeners, watchers, if you do enjoy this, if you want to see more of Dustin and I talk about things, about whatever it has to deal with being an athlete or learning how to use your sport to do whatever it is you want to do in life, whether it's travel, study, get better for work, meet people, whatever it is, just have fun. Make sure you let us know in the comments here on YouTube. You post it on the Facebook fan page of Dustin or on mine, Beyond Athletic, and get at us. Thank you so much, you guys. How do you say bye in Polish?
Cześć or do widzenia.
All right, so on 3, we're going to say, wait, Dobi what?
Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
It's easy.
I like it. So let's do do widzenia on 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
Okay.